Students, we will start our session. Welcome to the spoken tutorial on Strategic Human Resource Management conducted by Associate Professor Dr. Lata Krishnan, Head, Department of Commerce, Mahatma Knight Degree College of Arts and Commerce, Chembur. The objective of today's session is to understand the term Strategic Human Resource Management, discuss the difference between traditional human resource management, THRM, and strategic human resource management. Conducted by Associate Professor Dr. Lata Krishnan, Head, Department of Commerce, Knight Degree College of Arts and Commerce, Chembur. The objective of today's session is to understand the term strategic human resource management, discuss the difference between traditional human resource management, THRM, and strategic human resource management. As we know, the Human Resource Department plays a vital role in the success of any business organization. This is because it is responsible for recruiting, selecting, training, ensuring that human resource is engaged, productive, and loyal. Remember that for a business, the human resource or manpower is the only active, thinking, intelligent resource that combines with money and material to perform and make profit. Training, ensuring that human resource is engaged, productive. Remember that for a business, the human resource or manpower is the only active, thinking, intelligent resource that combines with money and material to perform and make profit. The Human Resource Department of Business Organization adopt policies, procedures, and plans to achieve the goals of the department. Over a period of time, most of the business organizations had near similar human resource policies, procedures, and plans that were adopted very strictly in order to bring discipline, transparency, and a professional working environment at the workplace. While this did work in the short run period, there were problems and challenges that business organizations faced in the long run period. Business environment is volatile. Environment scanning is a must for a business to function in a proactive manner. Facing challenges, fighting competition, innovating, remaining a market leader, all of this remains the human resource department to be dynamic, ethical, free, autonomous, innovative, adapting, competitive, motivated, engaged, productive, and loyal. Hence, the traditional human resource management gave way to strategic human resource management. Fighting competition, innovating, remaining a market leader, all of this remains the human resource department to be dynamic, free, autonomous, innovative, adapting, competitive, motivated, engaged, productive, and loyal. Students, traditional human resource management gave way to strategic human resource management. Please switch off your audio. There is a lot of noise in the background. I am not able to make my presentation. Students, please switch off your audio. Students, please switch off audio. I will continue only if audio is switched off. Switch off your audio. There is a lot of hello. Students, please switch off audio. I will continue only if audio is switched off. Hello.
म्यूट करायचं अरे आम्हाला
Please switch off audio.
म्यूट होता ना
Students, can you see slide 4? Please mute audio. Please mute your audio. Students, we are on slide 4. Can you see slide 4? Now we are trying to discuss how traditional human resource management gave way to strategic human resource management. But we must understand that traditional human resource management worked in the old business organizations where they had to follow management principles, traditional methods, structured systems. Now we are trying to discuss how traditional human resource management gave way to strategic resource management. So we must understand that traditional human resource management worked in the old business organizations where they had to follow management principles, traditional methods, structured systems. So what changed? Strategic human resource management for a cohesive organization-wide strategy. HR has become an invaluable resource working hand in hand with top-level management to create a cohesive organization-wide strategy. The people in the organization made dynamic teams to achieve the goals of the business organization. Now, what does this mean? It means that traditional human resource management is different from strategic human resource management because in the modern business organizations, the entire organization aligned their strategies with the global business strategies. Human resource is considered as the active resource which achieves the goals of the business organization. It means that traditional human resource management is different from strategic human resource management because in the modern business organizations, the entire organization aligned their strategies with the global business strategies. Human resource is considered as the active resource which achieves the goals of the business organization. Now we are on slide 5, strategic human resource for competitive nature of workplace and business today. Now, we all understand that when people work in a business organization, they want to do well for themselves. They compete with one another. The human resource policies have to help them grow, to increase their knowledge, to make them feel that they are moving ahead with the organization. At the same time, it is imperative that the business organization grows and makes profit, and the human resource is leveraged to make this profit. So therefore, it is important to make sure that the goals of the business organizations are achieved, and at the same place, the professional goals of individual employees are also achieved. Business organization grows and makes profit, and the human resource is leveraged to make this profit. So therefore, it is important to make sure that the goals of the business organizations are achieved, and at the same place, the professional goals of individual employees are also achieved. We are on slide 6, strategic human resource management for engaged, productive, and loyal staff. Whether we are adopting traditional human resource management strategies or strategic human resource management strategies, we must remember that both these systems or strategies all aim at one very, very important activity, that of creating a work environment that is synonymous with engaged, productive, and loyal staff. Whether we are adopting traditional human resource management strategies or strategic human resource management, must remember that both these systems or strategies all aim at creating a work environment that is synonymous with engaged, productive,
¿Quién la quiere abrir?
Sorry, students, my slides were echoing. Now I'm able to hear better and I will be able to conduct my session more smoothly. I apologize for the sound disturbance because my YouTube was playing in the background. We are on slide 7 and leads strategic human resource management to identify what unifies and motivates employees. Students, it is very, very important to understand that the new way of managing human resource is to motivate them and help them to give the best of themselves. The key to a successful HR strategy is to identify what unifies and motivates employees and to develop a strategic plan around that understanding. We can think of different strategies where we provide human resource with opportunities to grow their knowledge and skill. The management and the team leaders must communicate honestly and frequently with each employee in the group, show appreciation to the employees, and investigate ways in which we can respect employees in the workplace. Slide 8. What a company can pay versus what a company stands for. It's very interesting to understand that the new modern human resource management strategies have changed and people are now looking into getting into business organizations that have a good value system. It's important to understand that in today's competitive job markets, attractive salaries and job perks are commonplace. Most good business organizations are ready to pay eye-watering benefits and packages to people working in a business organization. However, with these types of benefits now being trendy, employees are looking beyond how much a company can pay them, and they're actually looking at what a company stands for. This has become an important part of the story. Examples of successful strategies. Students, we are very lucky that there are some very interesting HR stories which actually show how the human resource management have innovated and actually depicted strategic human resource management in play. Google and LinkedIn are companies that boast of HR strategies that are recognized internationally for being innovative. So these two companies, Google and LinkedIn, are important and they lead the way for innovation. I have the long slide on. Just go back. Okay, so this is innovation in the HR strategies adopted by Google and LinkedIn. This company called Nissan, we know that it's an automobile company, Nissan, and the way that it has adopted strategic human resource management strategies is the fact that it has adopted the Kaizen method in managing its human resource. Now, what is Kaizen? Now, Kaizen is a Japanese technique of managing human resource management. And what actually happens in Kaizen? Kaizen is a Japanese business philosophy of continuous improvement of working practices and personal efficiency. It has 5 founding elements: teamwork, personal discipline, improve morale, quality circles, and suggestions for improvement. So here, this is a very, very modern way of managing human resource where, according to the Kaizen technique, every person in the business organization, from the lowest rank to the highest rank, is allowed to participate and give their suggestions so that good strategies can be made and the business organization can benefit from everybody's suggestion. Teamwork is very, very important in the Kaizen technique, and their focus is on improving personal efficiency and thereby the efficiency of the entire team. For this to happen, autonomy to recruit and build teams is imperative. We will now study some more examples of successful human resource strategies. Here, we have the Alliance Boots Company. Now, this is a huge multinational organization. And this particular company shines for the fact that it gives accreditation to its employees for their community service. Community service is very, very important. And we understand that it is the corporate social responsibility of the business organization to take along with itself the community and to give off and share the profits it makes with the community. So Alliance Boots has gives credits to employees who have participated in community service and who are participating in community service. It's not enough to be efficient and work well in your business organization alone. You also have to participate in community. So credits are given by this particular company, and it is a new, fresh way or strategy adopted by this company. We have the British Telecom, which is a huge telecom company. And we say that it has adopted a strategic human resource policy because even during the subprime crisis, or we can say the economic crash happened and continued, unlike other big telecom companies, British Telecom continued to retain, train, and redeploy its existing staff. Now, as a result of this strategy adopted by British Telecom, the employees working in the business organization were very indebted to British Telecom, and the loyalty of people working in this company grew. And so also the reputation of British Telecom for this very, very good modern strategic human resource management strategy. Now, talking about pharmaceuticals, big hospitals, I would like to share 4 successful HR strategies which are depicted by Mayo Clinic. Now, what is Mayo Clinic? Mayo Clinic is a huge hospital. It is a leading hospital. I will just read off the information about this particular huge organization. It is a #1 hospital or pharmaceutical in America, and it features in Forbes 100 best companies to work for. What does Mayo Clinic do? And what are the 4 successful HR strategies it follows? It creates dynamic teams. It is supported by a strong management. There is consistent internal communication among the employees, and there is ongoing training and development. So these are very simple strategies, but very, very effectively and efficiently followed by Mayo Clinic, which has made them the #1 pharmaceuticals and hospital industry in America today. After studying the features of strategic human resource management and understanding a couple of global examples of huge companies following strategic human resource management, now let us conclude our session with this particular slide, where we are going to study tools for strategic human resource management. The tools are competitive salaries, enviable benefit packages, promotion opportunities, continuous staff training and development, transparent and regular communication, focus on employee well-being, investment in corporate social responsibility, employee autonomy, open door policy, freedom to be creative, enhanced hiring practices. Now let's understand that most of the strategies were present even in the traditional human resource management strategies. For example, competitive salaries, enviable benefit packages, promotion opportunities, continuous staffing, transparent and regular communications, focus on employee well-being. So what is new? Here, there are a couple of new things that are very, very interesting. When we look at employee autonomy, this is a huge step for human resource managers to take, giving autonomy to employees. When you say autonomy, there is scope for employees to take ownership of projects, to innovate, take on the responsibility of what comes of a project, whether it is profit or loss, whether the project features well or becomes a burden. But this is the new way forward, and there has to be autonomy and innovation. There has to be an open door policy where employees can move ahead and speak to the management freely. And there has to be movement of information, not just from top to bottom, but also from bottom to top. Freedom to be creative and enhanced hiring practices are also necessary. We understand that in modern human resource management, people are not just following a system of division of labor and specialization, but they have to be master of all trades. There has to be cross-training. There has to be team building so that at the time of crisis, teams can be made and people can rise to the occasion and help the business organization move ahead. This is my last slide, and I would like to thank all the students for participating in the session. I have mentioned the source in this slide from where I have got this data. Thank you, students, and I wish you all a very good evening ahead. If there are any doubts or if you have any questions, we have a couple of minutes. You can raise your hands and ask me some questions. There are, in my next session, I have another PowerPoint presentation where we can understand the difference between strategic human resource management and traditional human resource management. So we will be doing that in brief in my next slide. I had some glitches because participants had not put off their audio and my voice was echoing in this particular session. Please remember, students, that you have to put off your audio. Otherwise, I am not able to speak clearly and conduct my session smoothly. Any questions, students? Any questions? We have 25 participants who have attended the session. I thank all the TYBCom students who have joined in this very interesting, I hope, interesting session of strategic human resource management. Very important topic from exam point of view. This was the new portion that was added after the change of syllabus. So remember that you must focus on it, and it being one of the new methods or ways forward for HR, it's important for us to study. Any questions, students? Hello? Students, any questions? You have to put your audio on for me to hear your question. You can send in your questions by chat mode also. Okay, you want to know more about the Mayo Clinic. 1 minute. Okay. I will talk to you a little bit more about the Mayo Clinic. There are 4 successful HR strategies contributed by Mayo Clinic, America's #1 hospital, a company that consistently features on Forbes 100 best companies to work for list. US News and World Report 2019-20, best hospitals honor roll, rankings in Rochester, Minnesota, and the source is US News and World Report, best hospitals honor. Now, Gianorico Ferrugia is the managing director and president and CEO of Mayo. There is a website where you can go and see. And this has worked to create a dynamic team supported by a strong management, consistent internal communication, and ongoing training and development. So, of course, when we're talking about COVID-19, and we always say that in America, they have a lot of advanced hospital systems. Remember that this is the service sector, and we know that this particular Mayo Clinic, America's #1 hospital, is able to serve because of very successful strategic human resource management strategies that they adopt. Any more questions, students? Okay, thank you so much. I will be seeing you again on Monday. This is for the purchasing and storekeeping students. My session for MHRM revision of the question bank will happen every Wednesday between 4:30 to 6. So I will uh, request all students to keep their audio buttons on, otherwise my voice echoes and I have to pause before I make my presentation. And please feel free to ask your questions on chat mode. I will try and take as many questions as I can. Thank you very much, students. I hope the session was useful. I will share with you my PowerPoint, and this audio is available to you on our MNDC official website. If you go to the website, the YouTube video is posted on this. So you can revise this session again. Thank you, students. Now you can leave, and I will be closing this session. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye, students. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello? Students, we are just at 5 o'clock. I have time to do one more PPT. Okay. Now we are on the next PowerPoint presentation. Hello, students. Hello, students. Are we all here? Hello? Okay.
Hello.
This particular presentation is going to help us understand the difference between traditional human resource management and strategic human resource management. Rigid versus flexible human resource policies. Now, this is a very, very important difference between traditional human resource management and strategic human resource management. The governance of manpower of the organization in a thorough and structured manner is the highlight of strategic human resource management. So when we are looking at the traditional method of managing people, they followed management principles, they had policies, they had methods, there was a rule book, and the entire rule book was rigid. Vis-a-vis the strategic human resource management, this was very free. And it was free because the human resource management policies were aligned to the strategies of the entire business organization. Direct employees' efforts towards goals of an organization. This was the aim of strategic human resource management. So people were there who were working in a business organization worked not only to follow rules and regulations, but they worked to become part of a team, and the team had a goal, the team had objectives which were aligned to the goals and the strategies of the entire business organization. Reactive versus proactive business organization. So when we look at traditional human resource management, this is a reactive method of managing human beings. So what do you mean by a reactive method? In this particular method, the department, the human resource department is static. It waits for a change to happen. It watches how other business organizations are reacting. It takes a cue from that, and then it makes a decision to change, and slowly it makes its new policies, new strategies, and then it becomes ready for this change. But of course, this is a very, very incorrect way, because in business, we all know that money is time and an early bird takes the worm. If you do not have a proactive method, if you do not see a change coming and you do not change your strategies, policies, procedures beforehand, then you get left behind. And other business organizations become leaders. So the strategic human resource management is a proactive management function. When we say that it is proactive, it means that these business organizations have environment scanning taking place. What is environment scanning? We must understand that environment scanning is a very serious process where there are a team of people who are very closely monitoring the internal and external environment of the business organization. Now, environment impacts business organizations, and we have to take cues from the environment, and we have to make changes well before the change actually happens. And this is the meaning of the term proactive. As I have explained to you all before, students, the human resource is the only thinking, intelligent, active resource of a business organization. So this is the only resource that can actually see a particular change coming from the environment. This change could be a challenge, it could be an opportunity, it could be a threat, but it is the human resource that has to adapt. It has to quickly clinch that particular opportunity or get ready for that challenge. Otherwise, the business organization will not be able to succeed and compete in the long run period. Fragmented versus integrated approach. Now, to understand fragmented versus integrated approach, we must see that the traditional human resource management system, people are appointed in a particular method, in a particular manner. They are put into different departments and organization in the organization. They follow the rules and regulations. They apply management principles, and the human resource management a human resource department closely monitors the working of the people in the business organization. There are no rules broken. There are no principles that are not followed. And therefore, it becomes very straitjacket and rigid kind of a method for working. It does not align itself with other business organization, which means it's a fragment by itself. The HR department in the traditional sense becomes a separate entity by itself, which is governed by its own rules and regulations, by its own principles and policies. It does not bother about actually integrating with other departments or understanding the entire strategy of the business organization. It is not open to such strategies and change. Now, the strategic human resource management has an integrated approach. Now, what do you mean by integrated approach? Here, the human resource management, when it is following this new modern strategic human resource management policies and having new strategies, what does it do? First of all, it understands the entire business strategies. After understanding the business strategies, it actually recruits people who are suitable for achieving the goals and objectives of this business organization. And it ensures that it has a human resource which is able to achieve or work to achieve the goals of this business organization. This is step one, which means it aligns the human resource strategies along with the strategies of the business organization. Over and above this, it does not work as an independent fragment. It is not a closed wall department. It integrates with all the other departments of a business organization, like the finance department, the marketing department, the research and development department, and understands the needs and objectives and strategies of all these departments and ensures that the strategies of the department, the human resource management department, aligns with all the strategies of all the other departments in the business organization. So this is why we must appreciate that strategic human resource management adopts an integrated approach, whereas traditional human resource management adopts a fragmented approach. Conforming versus partnership. What do you understand by conforming? The traditional format of managing human resource was a format where the human resource manager followed the rule book. There are various laws and acts. For example, there are rules for hiring employees. There is the Factories Act. There are policies and which the business organization has to conform to. And in the traditional way, if a business had to succeed, the focus was always on making sure that the human resource is motivated so that they continue working happily in the business organization, and that employee relations are always smooth and happy. So employee relations, ensuring employee motivation, and always following all the rules in the different acts and rule books were the need of the time while human resource was being managed in a traditional manner. Unlike this, in the new modern fresh way of strategic human resource management, the modern human resource manager does not see human resource as a separate entity. It understands that the human resource has to partner with internal and external constituent groups. The entire department and all the human resource persons are made partners of the business organization, of the internal and external constituent groups, and they're made to belong and be one and not just follow rules and regulations. So whatever happens, the human resource will benefit if things go right. And if things go wrong, definitely it is going to hamper not only the employees and the business organization, but also all the stakeholders. So the strategic human resource management focuses on a partnership with internal and external constituent groups. All right. Short-term versus long-term goals. Human resource management supports short-term business goals and outcomes. What do we understand by short-term business goals and outcomes? It means that a traditional format of managing people, following rules, being rigid, can work only in the short run. This is because business is dynamic. Decisions have to be taken, and they change from time to time. We cannot have the same rule that is valid and applicable today and for the next year or the next 5 years and next 10 years. Looking at the volatility of things around in business organizations, the very traditional, strict, closed method of managing people will be successful only in a very short run period. Unlike this, the strategic human resource management system supports long-term goals and results of business. This is because the strategic human resource management believes in adopting a more open, free method of managing people. And at every point in time, the strategic human resource management systems align with the goals and objectives and strategies of the business, which change from time to time. And therefore, they are able to adapt and succeed. Transactional versus transformational leadership style. Students, we have studied leadership styles, and we understand that leaders may adopt a transactional style, or they may adopt a transformational style in leading. What's a transactional style of leadership? The leader tells the group members what to do, and they come in and they just follow the instructions and they complete the transaction and leave for the day. They are not expected to use their brain, think, or innovate. Unlike this, transformational leadership style is where a person is given autonomy and the permission to innovate and be a leader for change. So when we look at the traditional human resource management system, we understand that this is a management system which is led by a transactional leader, where the human resource manager does not have autonomy, he does not innovate, he does not think, He only follows rules and regulations. There are no exceptions made. There are no alignment of strategies. There is no exception to any rule. So in traditional human resource management system, the HR management is a change follower. So if anything changes and they're asked to change, they will follow. So they respond to a change, and therefore we say that they pursue a transactional leadership style. The modern strategic human resource management, on the other hand, is given autonomy. They are allowed to think, they are allowed to innovate, they are allowed to make new rules and regulations. They are allowed to have exceptions to the rules. They believe that the human resource has to adapt and adopt change, and only if they are ready and active will they be able to achieve the objectives of the business organization. Unless you have a very motivated, very intelligent, skill-based, a skilled human resource which is ready to change and be a change leader, the business organization will not be able to succeed today. So the strategic human resource management adopts a method of leadership which is transformational leadership, and it is a change leader. Capital and products versus people and knowledge. Now, when we look at the traditional human resource management system, we understand that these are business organizations where they have a lot of respect and importance given to the two other M's, that is money and material. We understand that there are three M's: money, material, and manpower. But when we look at the resources or the primary elements, the traditional human resource management system gives a lot of importance to money and material, that is capital and products. And they take the third M, that is manpower, for granted. Unlike this, strategic human resource management gives a lot of importance to the third M, which is manpower. In fact, they give so much importance to manpower that they understand that if a business organization succeeds, it is only because of the human resource or the manpower that is converting money and material in a productive way. So people and their knowledge are the building blocks of strategic human resource management. So if you do not have people who have the knowledge, who have the skill, who are ready to learn, who are ready to grow, then of course your business organization will not grow. Cost-centric versus investment-centric. This is a continuation of the previous slide, where we must understand that the traditional human resource management system is giving a lot of importance to capital and products, that is money and material. And they consider manpower or the human resource as a cost center. Now, why do they consider human resource a cost center? This is because they believe that whatever is spent on human resource, be it the salaries paid to them, be it incentives paid to them, other perquisites, travel allowance, or if they are given some training or development sessions, which is expensive, all of the money that is spent on human resource is considered as an expense. Or in fact, it is a cost center for the business organization. Unlike this, the modern business organizations who adopt strategic human resource management principles believe that whatever spending happens on human resource, be it the salaries paid to them, incentives paid to them, bonus, perquisites, money spent on training, travel, is an investment. It is an investment in the long run period. If you are able to grow your employees, if you are able to give them new knowledge, definitely this will be beneficial to your business organization, because human resource is a resource that should not remain static. You have to improve, sharpen your human resource, and for this you have to spend on them. And we must not call it spending, we must call it invest in human resource. So money spent on human resource is considered as a long-term investment made in this very, very important resource of the business organization. Stringent control versus empathy and leniency. Now, when you look at traditional human resource management, they are following a transactional leadership style. So all the people working in the business organization strictly follow the rules and regulations and all the HR policies that are laid down. And they are very closely monitored by the HR manager. They are told what to do. And it is a very structured format and stringent control. But when we look at strategic human resource management, we see that no such control is imposed. Rather, the rules for managing manpower is empathetic and lenient. Now, empathy and leniency are the guiding force of strategic human resource management. What do you mean by this? If we say human resource is the active, thinking, intelligent resource, it means we need to value this resource, respect this resource, and motivate this resource. When human resource or employees are in trouble, if a business organization is not lenient and is not empathetic, then the employee will just leave the business organization. Now, when employees leave a business organization, it is very, very harmful, because a high attrition rate is a huge cost factor. And business organization cannot move ahead when employees are leaving in large numbers. So if we have to build loyalty among employees, we have to be with the employees in their time of need. And if we do this, then the employees will be with the company in the time of need of the company. It has to be a two-way transaction. So the HR policies or the HR manager has to be empathetic and lenient, because they are dealing with the human element. And it is not just a resource that can be used and thrown away. It is a resource which has not just the head, but also the heart. And therefore, empathy and leniency is very, very important. We have to break rules. We have to make exceptions in order that employees remain loyal and work in a motivated manner for the business organization. Division of labor and specialization versus cross-training and teams. A very important difference between traditional human resource management and strategic human resource management. Earlier on, the human resource managers recruited and hired people who had a particular qualification, they had some knowledge, they had a particular skill, and they were hired for that particular skill or knowledge or activity only. So we could very clearly see division of labor and specialization when a very traditional format was adopted. So if you look at a bank and you look at people working in different organizations, in different departments of the bank, if the bank followed traditional human resource management strategies, maybe a person who's working in the front office in the savings account section would continue to do this activity from the day he is hired till the day he retires. And he is believed to continue doing this activity and become better and better at it, because he's doing it in a repeated manner, and he specializes in the savings account department. While this is true, uh, we have to understand that this is not the best way of using the human resource, because human resource has tremendous potential. Today, the human resource gets very tired and bored doing the same activity over and over again. And therefore, this has given way to the new modern strategic human resource management, where when the human resource manager hires people, they do hire a person for a particular activity, knowledge base that he comes in with, but he is asked to be open to change and new learning. So flexibility is the mantra, and cross training and teams are the new way forward. So what do you mean by flexibility, cross training and teams? Human resource has to have an open mind, and the modern method is making sure that training is given to people in a varied skills and knowledge base. So this is what is called cross training. So a person who's working as a cashier is also given as a savings bank account person should also be given training of working as a cashier or a person in the loans department. It will be a little difficult, but human resource learn very easily, and they are happy to accept challenge, and it refreshes their mind, and it helps building teams. And at the time of crisis, people having multiple skills come in handy for a business organization. So in strategic human resource management, flexibility, cross training, and teams can be found in the job design. Okay, so students, we have come to the end of our PowerPoint slides. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me now. You can on your audio and ask me questions. Yes? Anybody wants to ask questions? Hello?
हेलो मैम।
Yes, tell me.
मैम इसमें मुझे कंफ्यूज हो रहा है, टाइप्स ऑफ एम्प्लॉय एंगेजमेंट है ना मैम उसमें?
हाँ, types of employee. कौन सा वो can you first tell us your name? What is your name, dear?
पूजा गुप्ता मैम।
Yeah, yes, dear, I can. Yes, Pooja, tell me.
मैम टाइप्स ऑफ एम्प्लॉय एंगेजमेंट है, आई एम कंफ्यूज मैम, व्हाट इज एंगेजमेंट?
This is in the first slide set or the second slide set?
फर्स्ट है मैम।
Okay, 1 minute. Let me open that and then I will come to you for that. PPT1. Okay. Which slide are you looking at from the beginning? Okay. Examples, you understood what a company can pay. Employee engagement. Which one, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I am on the first PPT. Did you understand this part? Distinguish between traditional and strategic human resource management. ये आपको समझ में आया? पूजा?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. तो आपका पॉइंट क्या है? Competitive nature of workplace and business. This point. आप क्वेश्चन ठीक से पूछे, मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कौन से स्लाइड में है या टेक्स्ट बुक से क्वेश्चन पूछ रही है आप, कहाँ से है पूजा? हाँ, this particular employee engagement slide is very, very important when we look at traditional human resource management. The employees were treated as a resource. They had to follow rules and regulations. No exceptions were made. Okay. So the policy was hire and fire. If you do not follow rules and regulations, you had to go. And what was the problem? The problem was that employees were from different backgrounds, from different sectors, and they had different goals and ambitions. So they were, if they could not adapt with the human resource policies of a particular business organization, it was not successful to engage these resources effectively and efficiently. But when we look at strategic human resource management, here a lot of focus is given to employee engagement. When we say employee engagement, we say the focus is the employee, and it is very important that the employee has job satisfaction. We have to make sure that he's happy with his job, that the job that he's doing should be challenging enough. There should be vertical and horizontal growth in his job and his career. So when we say that he has to be engaged, only if you give him an assignment which is more challenging than his current assignment he's doing, then we say that he will be motivated. There are two ways. You can give him extra work of the same nature, okay, where you increase the quantum of work and engage him, or you can give him a new, more challenging job, which is different and more and difficult compared to the existing work that he's doing. So this is also one way of motivating employees. So when we motivate employees, what do? We provide them with opportunities to grow their knowledge and skill. And there has to be communication. The leader and the team members have to communicate honestly and frequently with each employee in your group. We have to show appreciation. We have to say, congratulations, very good, well done. And we also have to find ways of respecting people working in the business organization. Yes, did I answer your questions, Pooja? Any other questions? Hello, students? Now, can I ask some questions to everybody? Okay, the question that I'm asking you, yes, anybody can switch on their mic. Whoever switches on their mic first will answer first. You can also raise your hand and I will give you a chance to answer. What is human resource management? Who will answer? What is human resource management? Ronak, can you tell me? Students,
Hello.
Pooja,
Hello.
Pooja Gupta.
Google, what is human resource management?
Yes, tell me. Who will tell me? I will put on that slide. Have a look. You can read from my slide if you wish. Please read aloud, Pooja. Sonali, what is human resource management? Rajesh, can you tell me what is human resource management? Read it loudly.
Human resource management is the practice of recruiting, hiring, deploying, and managing an organization employees.
So do you understand when we say human resource management, it means we're talking about one of the departments of a business organization. Remember, there are various functional departments. For a business organization, each group of people will perform different functions. For example, the finance department will perform finance function. Marketing department will perform marketing function. Similarly,
Yes, ma'am.
the human resource department will perform HR function. So what is this HR function? The HR function is nothing but the function of hiring people in your business organization. People, we know that manpower is required for a business organization. So we have to attract the correct manpower for our business organization. We have to put out proper advertisements. Then when they respond to the advertisements, this entire process is called recruiting. Then there is selection, where we conduct interviews. And when they pass all the tests, we actually hire them, give them an appointment letter. Okay, and then we induct them, give them training, and we deploy them onto different jobs that they have to perform. And then can we just leave them like that? No, we have to manage them, we have to train them, we have to help them grow, because manpower or human resource is a resource that has to be grown. If you just leave them static with whatever knowledge that they came in, they will die. Very soon they will become useless, they'll become obsolete, outdated. And we have to make sure that they are productive. And at the same time, very important thing about human resource students, can anybody tell me? Anybody wants to tell me something about human resource? The human element. Every person comes in with a goal, with an aspiration to have a career, to grow ahead in their career. So you have to help them train and develop. And it is all about making sure that the individual's goals, career goals are achieved. The team, department, and the entire business organization's goals are achieved. This should go hand in hand. Yes. Any other questions? Did I answer your question? Okay, this was my question to you. Now, what is strategic human resource management? Who will tell me? Who is going to read? Strategic human. Sonali is there. Rajesh can try. Rajesh, Ambiti. Rajesh, Ambiti, tell me what is strategic human resource management? Come on, I put on the slide. Read. Put on your audio. Sonali. Come on, one of you read.
Distinguish between traditional and strategic Traditional HRM.
Yes.
Traditional HRM is concerned with the process of hiring, developing, and retaining the manpower with a view to making them more efficient.
Yes.
Strategic HRM. Strategic HRM is the process of alleging
Aligning. Say that.
aligning,
Aligning.
aligning the
What is the meaning of aligning? Yes. Putting at the same level. Putting in the same
Same level.
line. Same
Level.
line or same level. So you align. When you're standing in a line, you're standing one behind the other. You are
मैम बहुत
aligned. You.
बहुत बारीक लिखा हुआ है ना मैम, इसके लिए
हाँ,
लिखा है
हाँ,
aligning the business strategy with the company's human resources practices so as to attain strategic goals of an organization.
तो इसका मतलब क्या है? ट्रेडिशनल ह्यूमन रिसोर्स में क्या हो रहा है? व्हाट इज हैपनिंग ओवर देयर? ह्यूमन रिसोर्स इज हायर्ड, ओके, और उनको ट्रेन किया जाता है, मोटिवेट किया जाता है और उनको और एफिशिएंट बनाया जाता है. यस, किसके लिए? कंपनी के प्रॉफिट. स्ट्रेटेजिक ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट, व्हाट आर दे डूइंग? They are doing something different. They are finding out what is the company's goal, what is this company's strategy of working, what kind of people do you need, okay, what are the goals. So the entire human resource management strategies of that HR department is matched or in line
Ma'am.
with the company's human resource practices. So that's a very intelligent way of doing it. ऐसे नहीं कि कोई भी मिला उसको ले लो, उसको काम, भले उसको काम करना आए नहीं आए, पहले से ही फाइंड आउट करो कि काम कैसा है, कितना डिफिकल्ट है, उसके लिए कौन से कैसे लोग चाहिए, उस हिसाब से स्ट्रैटेजी लगा के, गेम प्लान लगा के, फिर अगर हम अपना डिपार्टमेंट चलाए तो और अच्छा है. सी दिस पर्टिकुलर स्लाइड. Who is going to read this? Distinguish between traditional and strategic human resource management. ये कौन पढ़ने वाला है? ये बहुत important है क्योंकि in this you will be able to understand the meaning of the word strategic. Strategy का मतलब क्या है? मतलब जब हम human resource manage
कुछ
करते हैं,
कुछ
strategy लगा
मतलब
के,
ब्रेन, मतलब अपना ब्रेन यूज करते किसी चीज में, मतलब किसी काम में, तो
हाँ,
उसको
कुछ
स्ट्रेटेजी.
आइडिया, हाँ, एक आइडिया लगाना
लगाते.
पड़ता है. एक आइडिया
हाँ.
अगर हम सोचो एक गेम खेल रहे हैं, क्रिकेट हो या फुटबॉल है, तो हम एक कोई प्लान लगाते. प्लान कैसे बनाते हैं कि अपोनेंट को देखते हैं, उनकी क्या कमियां है, करेक्ट, उसके हिसाब से हमारी जो स्ट्रेंथ्स है उसको देखेंगे. तो हमारी भी स्ट्रेंथ्स होती है, हमारी भी कमियां होती है, वो सब अच्छी तरह से इस्तेमाल करना है. मतलब स्ट्रेंथ्स बढ़ाने हैं और कमियों को और कम करना है और उन्हें बेहतर करना है. तो कोई गेम प्लान, कोई आइडिया लगा के जब हम बिजनेस करते हैं तो उसे हम बिजनेस स्ट्रेटजी कहते हैं. बिकॉज सिर्फ प्लेन बिजनेस, एक माल बनाना बेचना आज तो नहीं चलेगा. तो पहले मार्केट तो देखना पड़ता है, डिमांड को देखना पड़ता है, कंपटीशन को देखना पड़ता है, कॉस्ट को देखना पड़ता है, फिर ह्यूमन रिसोर्स कैसी है, क्या उनमें नॉलेज है, उनमें क्या वो एम्प्लॉयबल है, वो सब देखना पड़ता है. फिर जाके आप स्ट्रैटेजी लगाओगे कि आपको क्या, आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को क्या लेना है, क्या क्या उनका अचीवमेंट है, कितना प्रॉफिट बनाना है, मार्केट शेयर बनाना है, मार्केट शेयर कितना लेना है. उस हिसाब से फिर उनको एक स्ट्रैटेजी और गेम प्लान बनाना है. और जो एचआर डिपार्टमेंट है उसी स्ट्रैटेजी के हिसाब से उन्हें लोगों को कंपनी में अपॉइंट करना है, ऐसे लोग जो इस गेम प्लान की तरह चल सके. समझ में आ रहा है? So strategic human resource management is the process of aligning the business strategy with the company's human resource practices so as to attain strategic goals of an organization. सिर्फ ऐसा नहीं कि लोग आए, लोगों को हायर किया. ये कंपनी के गोल्स को अचीव करने के लिए सही लोगों को चुनना, उन्हें बेहतर करना, उन्हें ट्रेन करना, उन्हें मोटिवेट करना, एक स्ट्रेटजी और गेम प्लान के को लेके चलना, इसे हम कहते हैं स्ट्रेटेजिक ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट. Yes. Now, can you tell? I'm going to ask you another question. Okay. Okay, ये सब पॉइंट्स हो गए, ये भी हमने आपको एक्सप्लेन किया अभी नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में जाएंगे। नेक्स्ट जो स्लाइड है, distinguish between, okay, traditional human resource management and strategic human resource management. कौन बताएगा? Traditional human management and strategic human management. कोई भी पॉइंट लेके आप स्टार्ट कर सकते हो। ये क्वेश्चन एग्जाम के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है। डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन ट्रेडिशनल ह्यूमन रिसोर्स एंड स्ट्रेटेजिक ह्यूमन रिसोर्स। आप बुक के पॉइंट्स भी बोल सकते हैं। अगर बुक आपने खोल के रखा है वहां से भी पढ़ सकते हैं, मेरे स्लाइड से भी पढ़ सकते हैं। कौन बताएगा? सोनाली बात नहीं कर रही है, सिद्धार्थ भी बात नहीं, सबने अपना माइक बंद करके रखा है। सुमित कम ऑन पार्टिसिपेट। वैष्णवी, अपना ऑन करो वीडियो ऑडियो। Difference between traditional HRM and strategic HRM. कौन बोलेगा?
हेलो मैम।
बोलिए।
Traditional HRM, it means it is a traditional approach of managing human resources.
Correct.
And strategic HRM, it is a professional and proactive approach of managing the human resources.
Very nice. और कुछ पॉइंट्स बताना चाहोगी? स्पीकिंग, आप अपना नाम नहीं बताई। सोनाली, वेरी गुड। टेल मी सोनाली, अपना ऑडियो ऑन करो ना सोनाली, ऑडियो वीडियो ऑन करो। आपका ठीक है, अगर नहीं ऑन करना है मत करो, बट बोलो और पॉइंट्स बोलो।
ऑन किया मैम, मैं आपको दिख नहीं रही।
एक मिनट, हाँ मैं मूव करती हूँ। वेयर आर यू? हियर?
हाँ।
यू आर ऑन Oppo A3s?
No. My name is Sonali Hire on there.
मैम सोनाली हीरे।
मेरे को नहीं दिख रही है। किधर है? हाँ एक मिनट। I can see पूजा गुप्ता।
मैम Oppo A3 के नीचे ही है मैम, देखो सोनाली हीरे।
नहीं, मुझे तो मुजम्मिल दिख रहा है।
मैम शिमाइला, देन यू, देन Oppo A3, देन सोनाली।
अच्छा, देखती हूँ। अच्छा, कोई नहीं, आप बोलो, रीड कर और बताओ पॉइंट्स। और कोई पॉइंट बताना है? शिमाइला दिख रही है। हेलो शिमाइला।
Hello.
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, traditional management process means it's the process of only for hiring a manpower and returning the manpower for their essentials.
Correct.
And strategic human resource management is a process of the strategic process to work with the new idea to motivating the employee and giving them training for their efficient work and also
मुझे मेन डिफरेंस बताओ, स्ट्रेटेजिक में मेन डिफरेंस क्या है? अगर आप स्ट्रेटेजिक ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो या ऐसे कंपनी में आप काम कर रहे हो जहाँ SHRM कर रहे हैं, मतलब उसमें फर्क क्या है? ट्रेडिशनल और स्ट्रेटेजिक में फर्क क्या है?
मैम ट्रेडिशनल में उधर ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोच होता है, मतलब कि उनको सिर्फ जॉब प्रोवाइड कराते हैं और वहाँ पे कुछ ट्रेडिशनल में ध्यान नहीं देते ज्यादा, सिर्फ उनसे काम निकलवाते हैं, बस इतना।
हाँ, उनको ना एक ऐसा ट्रांजैक्शन, एक रिसोर्स जैसे इस्तेमाल करते हैं कि उनको
रिसोर्स
बोला
जैसे
जाता है
इस्तेमाल करते हैं।
हाँ
और
कि ये काम करना है। हाँ, यस, स्ट्रेटेजिक में क्या होता है?
स्ट्रेटेजिक में प्रोफेशनल वर्क होता है, जैसे कि एम्प्लॉय को वहाँ वीकनेस को पहचाना जाता है, उनका काम देखा जाता है,
यस,
उनको कुछ प्रॉब्लम लगी तो उनकी काउंसलिंग भी की जाती है और डिफरेंट डिफरेंट तरीके से उनको मोटिवेट किया जाता है।
यस, फिर उनको ट्रेनिंग दिया जाता है, उनको ज्यादा नॉलेज दी जाती है, फिर उनको अगर वो बहुत ही अच्छे हैं तो उनको ऑटोनॉमी, मतलब उनको कुछ अपना एक नया प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट करने की परमिशन दी जाती है और
और
अपना हाँ आइडिया लगा के नया काम करो, अच्छा काम करो, इसकी छूट दी जाती है।
उनको फ्री सुप्रिया द्वारा फ्री भी किया जाता है कि आप अपना इनोवेटिव आइडिया हमारे पास लाओ।
हाँ, करेक्ट करेक्ट, वेरी नाइस। और क्या है, और क्या अलग है स्ट्रेटेजिक ह्यूमन रिसोर्स? बहुत सही बोले आप। यस, टेल मी। यस, और कुछ?
और मैं मतलब ट्रेडिशनल मैंने में उनका एक लेवल तक ही वहाँ पे एम्प्लॉय रुक जाते हैं।
हाँ,
वहाँ पे उनका ज्यादा ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड नहीं की जाती, तो आगे भी कुछ मतलब एक ही लेवल पे रहता, आगे बढ़ते नहीं है वो।
हाँ,
एक ही लेवल, उनके माइंडसेट एक ही रहता है। और स्ट्रेटेजिक अप्रोच में उनको अलग अलग ट्रेनिंग भी प्रोवाइड कराते हैं, और जैसे कि व्हाट ग्रोथ जॉब भी रहता है, जैसे एक बैंक में रह गया तो कैशियर का जॉब बोरिंग नहीं कराते, कैशियर का जॉब भी देता है, कैशियर भी तो कराते हैं आपको, उनका दूसरे के लिए दूसरा जॉब भी दे देते हैं, ऐसा हर टाइम
यस,
रूटीन करते हैं उन लोग का।
अलग अलग। यस, वेरी गुड। और जो खर्चा होता है, जैसे ट्रेडिशनल में सैलरीज दिया जाता है, ट्रेनिंग दिया जाता है, तो कंपनी उसको खर्चा मानती है, करेक्ट, और ऐसा सोचती है कि कम से कम ट्रेनिंग में उन्होंने अच्छा काम करना चाहिए, ज्यादा काम करना चाहिए। बट स्ट्रेटेजिक में क्या होता है, बहुत खर्चा किया जाता है मैन पावर पे, ह्यूमन रिसोर्स पे, उसको बहुत अच्छे नॉलेज, नया स्किल सिखाया जाता है, और ये नहीं सोचते हैं कि कितना खर्चा हुआ, सोचते
में
हैं कि अरे हाँ
लीडरशिप प्राइसिंग स्ट्रैटेजी होती है, मतलब लीडरशिप क्वालिटी होती है उसमें।
हाँ, तो उसमें बताओ, ट्रांजैक्शनल और ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल बता रही है आप, और कुछ और बता रही है, बोलो क्या? लीडरशिप का एग्जांपल बताओ। कौन? सोनाली बात कर रही है? कौन बात कर रहा है अभी?
शिमाइला।
शिमाइला, यस, टेल मीडिया लीडरशिप का बोलो।
मैम द एक्सपोर्ट में फिक्स द प्राइस।
हाँ, और यस, कौन से मेथड में लीडर्स बनते हैं, ट्रेडिशनल में या स्ट्रेटेजिक में?
मैम स्ट्रेटेजिक में स्टैंडर्ड प्राइसिंग स्ट्रेटेजी होती है।
हाँ, तो स्ट्रेटेजिक में लीडर्स कैसे बनते हैं? क्योंकि उनको फ्रीडम दिया जाता है ना, उनको अपना दिमाग इस्तेमाल करने की
Yes,
छूट दी जाती है
हाँ,
और उनको टीम में काम करने का उनको अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया जाता है, उनको नया नया स्किल नॉलेज दिया जाता है, तो वो अच्छे से काम कर सकते हैं, वो मोटिवेटेड होते हैं, फिर लीडरशिप ले सकते
Quality of performance.
यस उनका परफॉर्मेंस बेहतर होता है, वो कॉन्फिडेंट बनते हैं, फिर वो टीम को लीड कर सकते हैं। बट ट्रेडिशनल में क्या होता है, वहीं पे रह जाते हैं, जो बोला जाता है उतना ही करते हैं।
हाँ,
यस
इन अंडर काम करते हैं लोग, मतलब हम लोग।
Quantity of work.
हाँ,
Yes.
यस और बोलो, और कौन सा डिफरेंस बताना है? अच्छा से बोल रहे हो सब लोग, तो अच्छा से आंसर लिख पाओगे आप एग्जाम में सब। ये याद रखना है कि स्ट्रेटेजिक ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट एक मॉडर्न प्रोफेशनल नया सिस्टम है जो ह्यूमन रिसोर्स को बहुत रिस्पेक्ट करता है, यस उनको केयरफुली ट्रीट करता है और उनके ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा कंट्रोल या बहुत ही स्ट्रिक्ट नहीं रहता है। और जो पहले का जो ट्रेडिशनल मेथड था उसमें बहुत सारे रूल्स और रेगुलेशंस थे और सबको स्ट्रिक्टली वो लोग कंट्रोल करते थे। कौन? ट्रेडिशनल मेथड में। समझ में आ रहा है? यस समाइला?
Yes.
या
मैम ये प्रीडेटरी प्राइसिंग क्या होता है?
कहाँ पे हो तुम? प्रेडेटरी?
हाँ,
हाँ तो वो प्रेडेटर इज समबडी हु जंप्स ऑन यू। वो पूरा लाइन पढ़ो, बुक में से है ना, पढ़ो वो।
यस मैम,
हाँ वो पढ़ो
प्रीडेटरी।
पढ़ो पढ़ो वो लाइन पढ़ो।
हाँ मैम, बैक कैमरा करती हूँ
पढ़ो
मैम, ये वाला।
हाँ
Some large firms may adopt predatory pricing to kill competition.
हाँ
The firm may charge low price and it may provide certain services free of cost. The purpose is to gain monopolistic competition in the market. Predatory pricing is different from penetration
अच्छा
pricing.
तो आप तो ना प्राइसिंग पॉलिसी पढ़ रहे हो। अभी हम जो डिस्कस कर रहे हैं ना, हम स्ट्रेटेजिक ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट एकदम बुक के पहले के चैप्टर्स पढ़ रहे हैं। बट फिर भी आपने पूछा तो प्रेडेटरी प्राइसिंग का मैं बताती हूँ कि अगर कोई नया बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर रहा है और या एग्जिस्टिंग बिजनेस है और उनको अपनी सेल बढ़ानी है तो क्या करता है, वो सडनली अपने प्राइसेस घटाएगा, ओके ताकि सारे लोग उनके प्रोडक्ट्स खरीदे। आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग मी? तो ये हो गई प्रेडेटरी प्राइसिंग। बट ये जो आप सेक्शन जो पढ़ रहे हैं वो प्राइसिंग स्ट्रेटजीज पढ़ रहे हैं। यू आर डूइंग द 4th P, दैट इज प्रोडक्ट, 2nd P मार्केटिंग मिक्स का। बट व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इज स्ट्रेटेजिक ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट। हाँ ओके तो ये जो हो गया आपका केटी पेपर है। तो आप क्या कर रहे हो? मार्केटिंग पढ़ रहे हो?
नहीं मैम, केटी पेपर नहीं है मेरा, मेरे को खाली मतलब क्लियर करने का था।
अच्छा अच्छा हाँ नो प्रॉब्लम नो प्रॉब्लम।
पॉइंट्स में हम
हाँ
वो पॉइंट्स में हम ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं मतलब।
हाँ जरूर जरूर। बट एक्चुअली यू नो व्हेन वी आर सेइंग स्ट्रेटेजिक ह्यूमन रिसोर्स वी हैव टू जस्ट एक अपने टेक्स्ट में बहुत सुंदर तरीके से वो डिस्टिंग्विश दिया गया है, बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स, और हमने एक्चुअली 2-3 चैप्टर्स 2-3 पीरियड्स उसमें हमने स्पेंड किए क्योंकि ये न्यू सिस्टम है, न्यू मेथड है और शायद से एग्जाम में आएगा भी ये क्वेश्चन।
यस
राइट? पॉइंट क्लियर हुआ आपको?
यस मैम, थैंक यू सो मच।
यस एनीबडी एल्स? और कोई क्वेश्चंस है? एक्चुअली अभी टाइम 6:02 हो गया है, अपना क्लास खत्म हो गया है। बिटवीन 5 to 6 वाज आवर क्लास। 5 o'clock को मैंने जब भी टाइम देखा मुझे लगा 6 बज गए थे, बट लकली ऑल ऑफ यू ऑल स्टेड ऑन। तो अभी हम वी विल मीट ऑल ऑफ अस टुगेदर नेक्स्ट वेडनेसडे फॉर आवर MHRM क्लास। मैं आपको अनाउंस करूंगी कौन सा आपको रीड करके रखना है। यस HR का मैं पहले से ग्रुप में हो सब लोग, TY BCom के ग्रुप में।
Yes, ma'am.
यस तो उसमें आपको क्या रीड करके रखना है मैं कल परसों में डाल दूंगी, वो आप रीड करके रखो। इज दिस क्लियर? और ये पीपीटी और ये जो वीडियो जो है वो आपको अपना वेबसाइट में मिल जाएगा, महात्मा नाइट डिग्री कॉलेज का वेबसाइट में, ठीक है?
मैम।
Right. Okay, Pooja.
Thank you so much.
All of you are studying well. Please
Yes,
keep your chin up. Okay, smile, be cheerful. हम सब आप लोगों के साथ हैं. अच्छी तरह से हम रिवीजन करेंगे, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we will
Yes, ma'am.
get an opportunity to write. Pray करो कि हमारी जो एग्जाम्स है आपकी अच्छी तरह से शेड्यूल हो और फाइनली आप एग्जाम्स मुजम्मिल हेलो और अच्छी तरह से आप एग्जाम्स कंप्लीट कर पाओ.
पास हो जाओ.
ये पास तो आप जरूर होंगे.
थैंक यू मैम.
अच्छे मार्क्स
ma'am.
आपको मिलेंगे. सिर्फ कॉन्फिडेंट रहो. ओके, कीप योर बी चीयरफुल.
ओके मैम.
टेंशन मत रखो, रोज थोड़ा थोड़ा पढ़ो.
मैम
Okay, ma'am.
हम सब पास हो जाएंगे मैम, बिकॉज यू आर ब्लेसिंग विद अस.
That is sure.
मैम,
Yes,
लोगों को
God's
बोल दो.
blessings. हाँ बोलिए.
वो बोलो कि ज्यादा पढ़ाई के टाइम पे ज्यादा ऑनलाइन लेके पकाने नहीं.
नहीं, सब
ये
लोग
important
विश्वास है. नहीं, हम लोग ना एक एक टॉपिक निकाल के ऐसे रिवाइज करेंगे तो हम आराम से फिनिश करेंगे पूरा. We'll be able to cover it. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Meeting. Bye bye everybody. Have a nice
Ma'am.
बाय मैम.
Bye, ma'am. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye, ma'am.
बाय बाय
Bye,
बाय.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Bye, bye.